Hi friends, welcome back to my session, and in this session we are going to learn about Azure CLI. Here CLI stands for Command Line Interface. So in this session, by using the Command Line Interface, how we can be able to manage and create the resources in the Azure, we are going to discuss in detail. So if I want to integrate, if I want to install the Azure CLI tool on my local machine, what I need to done here is just open the browser and here type Azure CLI download. Then you just need to click on the first link. It will directly hitting to the Azure page, Microsoft page. Here, if you observe here, there are two things are there. The latest MSI of the Azure CLI 32-bit and the latest MSI of the Azure CLI 64-bit. As I'm using the Windows 10 64-bit, so that's why I'm going to download this tool. So just click on it and it is starting to download. So once it has been downloaded on our local machine, what we need to done is you just need to install the same on your local machine. Once it has been successfully installed on your machine, then you will be able to use the Azure CLI tool in order to connect to the Azure portal. Okay, it will take time to get it downloaded. You just need to wait for some time until it has been downloaded. Once it has been successfully downloaded, then only you will be able to install the same on your local machine. If you just click here, it is in the process. Azure CLI, the version is 2.67.0. It is for 64-bit. Okay, it will be downloaded soon. Once it has been downloaded, we just need to install on the same. Generally, the purpose of CLI is if I want to control the resources in the Azure from the local machine with the help of the command line, I am going to install this tool. Just it has been installed. Just open the file, and it is a setup wizard. You just need to accept the terms and conditions and just click on install. If you got any pop-up, just click on yes. Then it is validating and soon it will be installed. The installation process has been going on. It will take some time to get it installed on your machine. You just need to wait for some time. And here in the next step, you will get some option finish the task. So I will show it to you. So once it has been successfully installed, the last option we will get is finish. So once we click on the finish, then it has been successfully installed on our machine. We need to wait until it has been successfully installed. Yes, I got the pop-up. It has been installed. Just click on finish. It has been successfully installed. If you open the command prompt, just open the command prompt. Just check. Right now, the Azure CLI has been installed on my machine. Here, my requirement is if I want to connect to the Azure portal from my local command prompt, how I will be done. Here, the step to step and at the same time the major important commands which we are going to use on a regular basis, I had mentioned in the notepad. Just please refer it for your purpose. Here, if I want to log in into the portal, the command is AZ. AZ stands for Azure. AZ. Z. Z is different. G is different. Z is called as Z. Otherwise, you can call as AZ. AZ login --- tenant. If you remember, tenant ID is the unique ID for each organization. With the help of the tenant ID only, the VMs will be isolated. Okay, just copy AZ login --- tenant. So what is the tenant ID of me? If you want to get the tenant ID, just go to the portal and here where I will get, just type AD. It will show the Microsoft Entra ID. As I don't have the setup of Entra ID, but it will be shown here. Here we can be able to configure our domain. So first of all, if I want to check what is the tenant ID, this is the tenant ID. Just copy the same and go to the command prompt. Here just mention AZ login --- tenant. I just want to connect to this particular tenant. So just press enter. Then it will show for which account you want to log in. Here my account is devtester928@gmail.com. Click here and continue. I just need to authenticate myself. Here it is asking again domain. What is my domain? Devtester, devtester, sorry, tester 928@gmail.com. Click on next. And here it is asking password. Just enter the password. If you have the Azure account with you, you just enter the password of your account. Click on sign in. Yes, it will send some OTP to your email ID. I will get on my phone. I'm checking the same. So yes, I got the security code 568214. Just verify. It will be verified because of as I already received the OTP on my email ID which has been registered for Azure. The select a subscription and tenant type. If you have the multiple subscription and multiple tenants, you just need to select. But right now, as I have the single tenant ID, and for that particular tenant ID, as I have only one subscription for that. So I just press enter. Successfully, I will be able to connect to the Azure portal of myself. So from here onwards, I can be able to manage, and at the same time, I will be able to create the resources in the Azure portal. If you want to check the same, if you go to the home, if you check the resource groups, right now as I don't have any resource groups in my account. As you know, without resource group, I can't be able to create any kind of resources because of resource group is just like a boundary for all the resources. Okay, fine. Suppose if I want to check, if I want to create the new resource group in the location East US, AZ group create -, name my resource group. Here it will group the resource group in the location East US. Suppose if you want to create the resource group in another region, you just need to change the region here and you need to enter the same command. Just type enter. Then it will be able to create the resource group in the Azure portal. If you go here, again just check here, it will take some time to get it reflected in the portal. Just you need to refresh the same and it will show yes, my resource group. It has been created, and which location it has been created? It has been created in the East US region, which I had mentioned over the command. Okay, the resource has been created or not? Yes, obviously it has been created. And if I want to create the VM under this resource group, just copy it. So here what have I mentioned? AZ VM create. Under VM will be created under which resource group? Under my resource group. What is the name of the VM? -, name my VM. The name of the VM is my VM. Suppose if you want to change my VM, you can change here. And which image you are using? Windows 2016 data center. Whatever the data center means, whatever the image which you have the requirement, you are going to mention the image name here. And how you want to set your image name, you can set here. With the help of this command, just copy the same and the remaining parameters will be taken by default. If you had entered anything in the manually, then it will take that particular properties. If you didn't mention some properties, it will be taken defaultly. Just press enter. Automatically here the virtual machine with the name my VM will be created in the East US region under the resource group, my resource group, with the image Windows 2016 data center. It is asking admin password. I am going to enter the admin password. Enter. It is asking to confirm the same. Enter. Here it will not show the password, but I had entered the password. Whatever the password which you want to set, you can set your password accordingly. Then automatically the VM will be generated. If you want to check the same, Just go here, and if you click on the virtual machines, it is not at all reflecting here. It will take some time to get it reflected, but soon you will be able to see here the virtual machine with the name of my VM. Because of I had set my VM name as my VM. It is showing now, it is running, means the process is going on. It will not take too much time. Within a simple minutes, automatically the VM will be created from the Azure portal. Here it will reduce the burden, means if you want to create the VM, instead of going to portal manually and you need to create the Azure VM through manually from portal, what we are going to done here, by simply executing the command, automatically the VM will be created in the Azure portal. Here it will reduce a lot of time and reduce a lot of efforts as well, but make sure you just need to mention the properties while you are executing the command. You just need to make sure everything will be right. If you have any kind of errors, it will not be, it will not at all executed. Don't worry, it is still running. And just refresh it. Yes, here are you able to see my VM? Earlier I don't have any VM, but right now the my VM has been successfully created under the resource group, my resource group in East US region. Okay, and this is the public IP. Fine. So suppose if I want to start a VM, if you just check, it's a running state only. It says running state only. If you want to stop, if you want to stop the instance, how you will done? Az VM stop my VM. Just Control C, Control V. Yes, it is going to stop the VM. Just if you check here, earlier it is in the state of running, but if you refresh here, just go back to virtual machine, and right now it is a running state now. Soon it will be changed to the stop state because of as I already executed the command. Yes, it is went into the stopped state. Suppose again if I want to start the mission, what I will do? Az VM start resource group, my resource group, and the name is -name my VM. Just execute the same command here. Then automatically the mission will be able to start. Because of why? We just had executed the command. We are controlling the resources from the command line interface. Still it has been in the stop state. Just wait for a moment. It will be turned into the running state. Did you observe this? It is currently it is in the running state. In the similar way, we can perform different steps. If I want to deallocate, we can like az VM deallocate resource group. If you want to restart a mission, az VM restart. Yes, if you want to check the same, Control C, command prompt V. As the mission is currently in the running state, but if I executed this command, what it will happen? The mission will be restarted. If you check here, still it is showing in the running state, but soon it will be turned into the restarting state, means it will went off. Okay, and at the same time, if I want to redeploy a VM, az VM redeploy. If I want to delete a VM, then the command is used az VM delete -n resource group. Under which resource group it was? My resource group. Under which name? My VM. Okay, so before deleting the VM, we just check the properties of a VM. How we will be able to check the properties of the VM from the command line interface? Successfully I had been able to create the resources, but how I am going to check the properties with the help of the command line interface, I am going to tell out you. Yes, the mission has been successfully restarted. Just refresh the same. Yeah, the mission is in running state only. Suppose if you want to check the VMs list, az VM list, So how many VMs we have? It is going to list. Okay, it is going to list, and it is showing as list. So at the same time, if I want to check information about a VM, AZ VM show resource group, if I execute this command, it will show the entire information about the virtual machine which I have been created. Just enter. It is displaying all the things. Whatever the things are there, it will show each and everything. Like I'm going to show to you from starting onwards. Yes. Uh, what is the host and what is the network under which network it has been created? What is the OS profile and what is the agents? What is the plan and what is the platform? What is the resource group? Here, if you observe now, resource group, my resource group, and storage policy, what the disk has been created, and which category it has been created, which OS it has been used, which agent it is running, everything, each and everything properties will be displayed here if you running the command. Okay, storage profile, OS disk, like tags, everything it will be showing off. And at the same time, if I want to check the usage of the VM resource, simply type AZVM list usage location east to west. Okay, in this way we can be able to find the properties of the resources from the command line interface. And in the similar way, what we can be able to do, say if I want to add a disk to the VM, okay, here the command is az vm disk attach resource group. So size is 128. It is a new disk. Just enter the command. Then what it will happen? It will be by default it has a OS disk. So along with the OS disk, it will be attaching another disk. The disk name is my data disk. VM disk attach. The VM is in which group? My resource group. And VM name is what? My VM. And the disk is what? The disk name is my data disk. And what is the size of the disk? Here 128 GB. Is it new disk or old disk? It's a new disk. Here by executing this command, what it will do? The disk with the name of my data disk with the size of 128 GB and it is the new disk. It will be attached to the VM with the name my VM, which is in the my resource group. Okay. If you want to check the same, you can be able to check here. Okay. The two disks will be attached. Here you will be able to see now. Okay, in the similar way there are certain operations are there. So with the help of the Azure CLI we can be able to do the same. And the foremost thing, and at the same time, if I want to list attach disk to a VM, just by executing this command az vm show resource group hyphen name VM name, a query is storage profile. Just enter the command. The resource group name cannot be found. So something VM name. Just a moment. Here we just missed something. Hyphen VM name. My VM. Okay. I am going to execute the same. Just a moment, guys. Yes. Okay, I think there will be a syntax error in this, so we will refer it later. And if I want to check the image name, if I want to create the image from the VM, means generally what we will do, if I had created one VM, so if I want to create the another VM by using the same VM, how we will do? We are going to create the image from the existing VM. So by using the current image which has been created, I will be able to create the another VM. Like if I want to create the image, I am going to use this image. Okay, and at the same time, if I want to, if I have done work with the current VM, in future I don't have the requirement to continue with the VM. What I will do, I am going to delete the VM, because of if I continue the VM without the usage, what it will happen, the Azure will charges on me because of using this virtual machine. So that's why I need to delete the virtual machine which is not used. So this is the command. Just type enter. So it will be yes. Are you sure you want to perform this operation? Yes, obviously yes. Then automatically it will be able to delete the VM from the Azure portal. Just if you want to check the same, just go to home, click the virtual machine. It will not be in the running state. It will be in the soon it will be in the termination state. Just wait for a moment. It will take time. It will take some time to get it reflected, but 100% it will be able to delete. Yes. Right now the virtual machine which I had created earlier, it will went off. It has been went off because of I had executed the command to delete the VM. So in this way, we can perform each and every operation with the help of the Azure CLI. Okay. Generally, the DevOps people, if you want to perform the simple tasks from the command line interface without logging to the Azure portal, they are going to adapt the Azure CLI in order to interact with the Azure portal. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this session, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. And as I told to you earlier, if you are interested in this session and if you want the class notes, as I'm going to provide the class notes as well, just on the comment section, just put your email ID. Accordingly, I will add your account to the Google Classroom. Then you will be able to get the notes which I had been showing to right now. Then you will get the better understanding while you are performing the lab on your own. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. Do not forget to subscribe my channel. Signing off. We will meet up you in the next session with a new topic. Until signing off. Thank you. Bye bye.